A title: Advocates. Text: There are two types of victim advocates. Some advocates work in prosecutors' offices to help victims navigate the criminal justice process. Other community-based domestic violence and sexual assault advocates provide free and confidential services, such as a 24-hour helpline, legal advocacy, support groups, counseling, and emergency shelter for victims of all ages. A disclaimer: the opinions, findings, conclusions, and recommendations expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of the U.S. Department of Justice. This project was supported by the U.S. Department of Justice's Elder Justice Initiative and the Office on Violence Against Women. Portions of this program are protected by copyright. If you would like to copy, display in a public setting, adapt, or distribute this program, please contact elder.justice@usdoj.gov. Tara Patet, Prosecutor, City Attorney's Office, St. Paul, Minnesota.
I think it's really important to involve an advocate who has experience in working with older adults so they can help address some of the needs that victim may have, whether it's care needs or housing needs or really just fear of the system, safety planning, things like that.
Paul Greenwood, Deputy District Attorney, San Diego, California.
As soon as the case is brought to me, my victim advocate gets a copy of that case file. She reads it, she makes contact with the victim. I encourage my victim advocate to hopefully go and meet with the victim in their own home. And then my victim advocate comes back and says, Paul, she's got hearing loss in her left ear. So remember, when you are doing direct examination, you've got to stay really close to her and stand close to her right side and lean in. And that way, I can be prepared ahead of time to anticipate some of the issues.
Kathy Van Olst, Senior Deputy Prosecuting Attorney, Seattle, Washington.
Advocacy is critical for continuing the involvement of the elder in the case, particularly when we have an elder victim who is able to testify. When we have an elder victim who is not able to testify due to cognitive impairment, dementia, for instance, then having an advocate that will connect with the family in order to keep the family updated on the prosecution of a case is critically important.
Ricker Hamilton, Deputy Commissioner, Maine Department of Health and Human Services.
The victim advocates for me are just a deep resource of community services. They are absolutely laser focused on the victim's safety. They're laser focused on safety planning for that person. What is it that that person wants done? And just as importantly, what it is that that person doesn't want done.
Bonnie Brandl, Director, National Clearinghouse on Abuse in Later Life, Madison, Wisconsin.
Prosecutors are in a unique role. They have an opportunity to hold offenders accountable. They have an opportunity to really make a huge difference in the lives of older victims. I think it's crucially important for prosecutors to recognize that when a case comes to the criminal justice system, often for the older victim, their lives may never be the same. They are often in a relationship, whether it's a spouse, a partner, adult child, family member, or caregiver, with someone who has harmed them, but someone that they may also love and care about and want to try to maintain a relationship with in some way. The criminal justice system can make that difficult or impossible for some victims as they move further through that process. So I think it's crucial for prosecutors to keep that in mind, to remember the importance of being compassionate in these situations and their role, and also to bring community-based domestic violence and sexual assault advocates in whenever is possible and whenever the victim is interested in that resource. Because as a prosecutor, your job is to prosecute this particular case, and when you're done, you will move on to prosecuting other cases. But that community-based advocate can be someone that can help at the beginning to work through the trauma and emotions of what's going on, can help that person navigate the criminal justice system and be a resource for the things that happen in that person's life after that.
Logos appear. NCAL, www.ncall.us. Terra Nova Films, terranova.org. Funded by the U.S. Department of Justice Elder Abuse Initiative and the Office on Violence Against Women. www.justice.gov/elderjustice.